I was happy because I knew that was a good one. Like we always do it this time. Shit, every time. Yeah. Sometimes this crown they get heavy. I was broker than levies, only needed some leverage. 501 on my Levi's, Jordan 3s for my tennies. My affiliates decide where I land, Papua New Guinea, so I watch them close. Make sure they get that I've been through plenty. I ain't got the time for Voldemort to no Niginis. I'm in that Lambo, no Guinea. I'm Curry, they double teaming. The family, they intervening. They do poo-poo for no.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might not like it podcast. We back, episode 47. Fellas, welcome back. We got my boy O, and we got Sam. Fellas, another beautiful day out here. We finally got football back. So since your Cardinals is playing and they about to score, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm gonna keep it a build, man. Look, I know a couple of y'all seen the Snapchat or the social media reels of our practice going wild. You know what I mean? Dropping balls, quarterback getting sacked in practice. It kind of blew up, I think, like a day or two ago. Cardinals is all over social media for the wrong reasons yet again. You know what I mean? But hey, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I like the underdog situation. Everybody's saying that we're gonna go 0-17, and you know what I mean, battling against Miami Dolphins, who's gonna be the worst team. I like it. I really do. I like us having not that high of expectations because it really does. I mean, again, I'm not gonna be a somebody that is not oblivious to it. We're in a tough ass division, man, and whatever the hell happens with the Rams, they building something's going on with LA and building teams. Like we'll get to that later, but LA got a shit ton of money and they just stacking teams. So regardless of it, look, it looked good. I'm glad that we got our rookie quarterback in there getting some PT. You know, he's slanging the rock, and I mean, look, it's looking better than what I expected for the first round. You know what I mean? I'll keep it like that. It's looking pretty solid right now. So I'm we catch this dub. Hey, that's the way to kick off the season. You know what I mean? Way to kick off the season, fellas.
How are you feeling, nigga? Not how do you feel about the Cardinals, bro? Like, how you feeling, man? Like,
hey, look. I'll be honest, man. It was a bumpy weekend. You know what I mean? Or a bumpy week. Excuse me, a bumpy week. And hey, you pulled through. They say growing pains. Definitely went through some growing pains work wise this week, and you just gotta learn how to navigate through the trials and turmoils that you go through, and that makes you a better man every single day. I had one of my people told me there's two ways you could look at an L. Either it's a lesson or a loss, or a loss or a lesson. And so I look at every single L as a lesson. So hey, we just growing. It's good. I got some bruises, you know what I mean? But I'm still in there. We still fighting, baby. That's it. So I'm good.
all right, damn, all right. I see. I feel that. Hey, I like that. Lesson or a loss, brother. I love that. Sam, how we doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. I ain't have to deal with the weather, which was actually good outside today. You know, it wasn't hot. You know, the sun was hiding a little bit, so that part was great. Outside of that, I'm still up. You know, I learned that I still can't go back to work for another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is fun. So I'm gonna take the positive out of it because most men with a family spend majority of their time at work. So this gives me the opportunity to learn a little bit more about my family. Kind of straighten the house up, get it exactly the way I like it. And outside of that, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm glad to see football still going. I wish a couple of real teams was playing, but
Yeah, that's how you feel.
my fault. Though. I'm talking about real. I'm
Every
talking about
season is a new season, baby. Every season is a new season.
I'm actually talking about starting caliber players. Like across the board. That's what I'm actually saying. I ain't saying like it's not a real team. I'm like, it's not the real team is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hey,
No, but I like that. I like that. We got to put that on a shirt, man. Got to put that on a shirt with the "you might not like your" logo at the bottom. You know, that L, lesson or
lesson or
all
loss.
loss. You know,
You might not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, you right though, Sam. It was a nice man. I love overcast days. A lot of people, man, they say I don't like it, but bro, I love overcast days, bro. When the sun ain't beaming. I mean, low key, I got my car. I was driving back home. When I look at the thermometer and it say 95 outside, brother, I feel great. Like this is a blessing. So yeah, which is crazy.
in Arizona though, 95 in Arizona.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Which is crazy because normally I'm looking at 119, 115. You know what I'm saying? Anything in the triples, bro. My car overheating with that AC on, boys. It's doing numbers. So
heat be on hell.
Right. So it's beautiful to get a break from that. But yeah, man. Listen, hey, thank you once again, everyone we've had on the show. Mr. Alvin Duke, Mr. Deli every day. Thank y'all again, man. And again, if anybody want to collab, reach out. You might not like it podcast. We everywhere, baby. It's wavy. You know exactly where to find me. So reach out. We happy to collab, happy to do, a little something. So with that said, let's jump into the hot take, man. Cause I think we got a saucy one with a lot of things that's been going on in sports, like touched on a little LA building teams. I think I saw Aaron Donald sighting. I think we saw Aaron Donald sighting.
Nah.
I thought I saw a report he worked out for LA or something like that. No. But
you ain't got to worry about that in your division. You ain't got to worry about that in your division. But what's up, man?
Give us the hot take, brother.
It's not about what they said, not when, is where, something like that. I don't know, but no. Hey, check it. So at the end of the day, LA's been breaking a lot of sports news over the past week or two. I would say, Aaron Donald with LA Rams and Dodgers continue to be richer, back-to-back champions, acting as if they ain't won a championship in the last 10 years. They continue to get star caliber players. Well, they said they got 9 players on a team that making over 7 or 8 figures or 9 figures, whichever one. So there's been a lot of talk. Is it fair what the Dodgers is doing? Continue to add to their roster to have that billionaire bullpen or whatever you want to call it, right? Is it fair? Other teams are saying that they're able to do it, but they can't do it. They don't have the assets. There's been a lot of talk in the city around it. And my thing is this, watching it as a sports fan, is it bad for the game or is it good for the game? Right? If you think about it, I'm gonna take it back to what Sam says, the good book. There was a famous story, David and Goliath, right? Where David had to take out the giant, and it became an ultimate story, a story that still to this day is still talked about on different subjects and matters of life. And so with that, every sport has had that, right? Again, when you look at, the NBA, you have Golden State when KD joined, and that ran through sports media on how lopsided that was going to be, how unfair that was. And I would agree. It was he's joining a 72-win team and that just beat them and so on and so forth. But still, at the end of the day, I was glued to the TV watching it. Yeah. Look, now we got LeBron James joining Philly, and quote unquote, now they building, a super team, and Philly's all over sports media. But you're going to be glued watching the TV to see what happens, right? And so the same thing when I go to the Dodgers, right? Back-to-back champions, continue to get better talent or star-studded talent. Is it really bad for the game as much as people are making it seem, or does it actually heighten the actual storyline to it? Again, everybody's saying right now, oh, they added this talent, look at it, so on and so forth. They're going to, potentially go to back-to-back champions. Yeah, if that happens, that's a story. But who's to say that there is a team out there that doesn't look like a favorable team to beat Dodgers in the postseason, and they do? That adds to the story. right? That's something that they could go. Again, Sam, I know you hate to hear it, but I mean, you look at LeBron James when he went up against Golden State down 3-1. Again, it was something that was written in history where he came back, even though there's in the weeds. You got stories in the weeds of what happened. They couldn't do it. Still, it adds to the sport stories that you could talk about, debate about, and share memories about. And so my hot take, I know I kind of went all is David and Goliath. Is these super teams that they put together, is it really bad for the sport as sports fans as we see it? Or is it good for us as sport fans because we do have something to look forward to or try to have a day that be able to be? And the last thing I'll say is this: March Madness. The one thing that we all love about March Madness is the Cinderella story, right? It's the college that nobody even thinks about going deep into the Final Four or whatnot. And we're rooting for them, even though we don't know. Shit, the last thing I'll say is FIFA. Kate Birdie. Right? Oh, everybody's team. Nobody knew about him. And look what they were able to accomplish. So that's my hot take. David and Goliath, is it good for the sport? Is it bad for the sport? I want to hear y'all arguments or y'all take.
I'll say one thing, and then I'll give it to you, Sam. But like, just to touch on the last thing you said before jumping on anything else, I think the biggest differences is Cape Verde, and the other team you talked about, March Madness. I'm sorry, those players, yes, they pay to play, but like those are natives of the country, right? So like that's a little different, that's different. That is an all-star team for your country. So like those are all-star teams for each country World Cup. So I wouldn't necessarily say like that's a great comparison to what you're saying, but it is a great comparison to like just the talent levels as you see it across. And then the other one, March Madness, that's college ball. Like there ain't now with the transfer portal, it's a lot different. But before it was, bro, whose recruiting process was better, and different things like that. And who hid the money better, because, back then they couldn't take any money. Now I would say you cooking something where you may see some of these, underdogs that didn't spend all that money coming up and beating, some of the dogs that did. So there's that. Is it great for sports? I think it depends on what sport we're talking. One thing about baseball is a very tough sport. While I do believe I can never sit back as a Yankee fan and say they stack it, because brother, there wasn't a free agent we missed on. You know what I'm saying? When the big man was alive, right? There wasn't a free agent we missed on. There's no way we miss on Soto if, that man is alive. But you look at what the Dodgers are doing. The Dodgers are basically just the Yankees in the 90s. But also, I think one thing a lot of people forget, let's go look at that Mets payroll. Let's go look at that San Diego Padres payroll. Let's go look at a lot of other payrolls, because a lot of things that the Dodgers did was, yes, the Dodgers signed some talent. Yes, the Dodgers got better. But like a lot of these deals, when they got Mookie Betts, Mookie Betts had been bounced around a little bit, right? And a couple of players that they had gotten had been bounced around a little bit. The Shohei Ohtani deal was a big one, which was absolutely crazy that the Angels gave him away like that. But, it looks like they're just building a team, and they're getting a lot of great bats, a lot of great position players, a lot of great, different pieces. Yes, signing all of these people, the way they spaced it out, the Dodgers did something great that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. But by spacing out those contracts so far, they're able to make up a lot of the money that they're even paying these guys. And a lot of people don't see that, where the Dodgers are playing it strategic. Now, David versus Goliath. Baseball is probably one of the, I will say probably one of the only sports where, brother, that pitching staff can be so great, so dominant. But once they get a beat on you, you are done for, no matter how great you are. And I bring that up because look at Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens' first 2 years, dominant pitching. Paul Skeens' last 4 starts, and Paul Skeens this season, that ERA has jumped up to over 6 earned runs, right? And so You can be great. You can be dominant. Somebody going to eventually get that number. And if they get your number, bro, it ain't much you could do. And then last thing, when the Yankees played the Dodgers in the World Series, yes, they had Shohei. Yes, they signed him to a lot of money. Yes, they had great hitters, great lineups, great pitching, all of these things. The Yankees self-destructed, though. And the Yankees were a contender. They were good enough, and they could have given them a battle. But the Yankees had entirely too many errors every single game. And every single game, the Yankees were in a position to win it and just choked it away. So I can't say it necessarily is great, especially baseball. Anybody can win, whoever gets hot. The Dodgers are on like a 6 or 7 game losing streak. So all of that talent, all that money don't mean nothing if you can't put it all together. Go ahead, Sam.
Well, that David and Goliath thing. Well, you took one, Wavy, you took one on with the Yankees. We can also go to Philly. We can go to San Diego. We can go to a lot of different teams. You know, we can go to Miami Heat. We can go to the Lakers. We can just keep going. So, but with all that being said, it's good and it's bad, you know, because other teams can actually do it. You know what I mean? If you can sign, if you're a low budget team according to sports, Philly. I mean, not Philly, but Pittsburgh. That's supposed to be a low budget team. Nobody really want to go
Small
to
market. Yep.
small market. So if there's such a small market, why are you signing these players to $40 or $50 million? So basically, I honestly don't think baseball, like Tyrone said, is something that you can stack and then consider yourself, you know, this a dynasty. Like you never really see, no matter how many championships people got, you never really see a dynasty in baseball. So they can stack all these teams. Like at one point, I thought dude going to the Dodgers, Kyle Tucker, was like, "Oh, man, you gonna do that? You gonna do that?" He over there's doing bad. He not even doing as good as he was doing when he was a Cub. Like, I'm glad you gone, dude. Like, you know, Scooble. Like, okay, it's such a big deal, right? We beat him his first outing, even though he pitched well. Even though he pitched well, we beat him. But like, if it's what the fans think, because if most fans, if they just have, most of them just have opinions, you know, and basically like, you know how you was with the Cardinals, and I was like, hey, I think they did the best thing they possibly could for their team. So I think it's good and it's bad for super teams to be built. Like I said, like I won't buy another jersey with a person's name on it because 2 years later they demand a trade or get traded or, you know, and it's over with. Now I'm repping this guy's name and he in Cincinnati, you know. So like, and then I ain't that, you know, I ain't that funny. So why am I walking around with another man on my shoulders for? No, I take the number, you know, and like you know who the player is. So if I take if I just get the jersey with the number, that jersey can last me a lifetime because I ain't got no name on it. You know, that's how I feel about it. So, but anyway, it's good and bad. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I think like sport, I think it depends on like when you look at football and you look at the Rams, right? And you look at what the Rams doing, how they get in, you know, moving, bro. The thing is, bro, when you realistically look at it, bro, anybody could have got these players. They just weren't willing to give up the picks. They weren't willing to give up the things that these teams did. No, but the Dodgers, you look at what the Dodgers did. The Dodgers gave up prospects. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dodgers gave up prospects. They didn't even give up a crazy.
Honestly,
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
Anybody could have gave that up.
Yes, true. Keeping it real though.
But he ain't going there.
Keeping it real, he making up for what they lost, so they didn't gain anything. If the people that's complaining are real baseball players and understand the game, he now just became their best pitcher. They still was the best team in baseball, but he became their best pitcher. So if the playoffs started today, you got Scooble, then you don't know. Because these guys hurt. They hurt.
Yeah, but I think you still know, and I think
know who they are, but they ain't
I think
performing
they're
at the level.
I think they're resting Shohei though, and keeping him off the mound.
They don't want Shohei to pitch right now, bro. Like at all.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they're resting Shohei. Like I think when you go in the playoffs, they're gonna go four. They're probably gonna go 4 deep. Right?
But you're not gonna go Scooble, Shohei, somebody else.
You're gonna go Scoobo.
Wait, pause real quick. So again, fellas, like I'm not a baseball guru. I'm not really that big. So like, can y'all explain to me what's his name? Scooble? Like Scooble? In basketball terms, like how impactful is he? Because again, I don't know where he comes from. I don't know the team.
Okay, he came from Detroit, and he's gonna give you a chance to win every time he pitch.
The best way to say it, the best way to tell you about it is Scooble is Kevin Durant. Like basically, he went to a team that already won without him, and now they're adding him as a dominant starting pitcher. So like it makes it a lot tougher for hitters to beat. So like if Scooble can go 7 innings, if he can go 7 innings in each game, you're able to rest those relief pitchers. You're able to rest those closers, but also you're able to now make them basically, you're allowing your offense the freedom to like, man, if we could put up 3 runs and Scooble goes 7.5 or 8 innings deep with 1 earned run or less, you now allow your entire bullpen to rest. You may not need to pitch your closer if your offense can't overperform because that defense is always on the field. You know what I mean? So like it's stuff
I get that. I just like I was just trying to figure out like because it's been blowing up like the type of player he is. You know what I mean? But if you're putting like I'm gonna say this.
Getting Scooble don't guarantee a World Series win.
I could also say that like the Dodgers have been vulnerable because again it comes down to hitting. You have to be able to hit and get on base.
And they got some clutch hitting. It ain't gonna be because of Scooble. It's gonna be in spite of Scooble. I mean, he's there, Scooble. He's there, but he's not gonna be the reason LA win. LA gonna win because they LA. Because they got quiet killers. Will Smith, Freddie Freeman. Like we can go on and on throughout that lineup. And it's certain teams that certain players on that team just kills, like period, point blank.
Yeah. But even think about this, Sam. You think about and I always think about this one because the Arizona Diamondbacks got their first chip. When you look at like you think about the Yankees and their book, right? Bro, they used to write blank checks. Like it was here's a blank check, bro. Come on. But bro, realistically, when you think about that Diamondbacks team, at the time, nobody was like, with the exception of Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling, right? Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling was everybody knew who they were. Like it was locked in stone. But like you got such clutch hitting from everybody against the number 1 closer, basically almost ever. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? We knew that Cutter used to break bats and caused a lot of ground balls. Mariano was a beast, right? And they came up with very clutch hitting in that damn World Series to knock the fucking Yankees off. Well, I know, but I'm just saying, that's what I mean though, bro. Paying for those players like that
don't mean nothing.
Guarantee you that dub. No. And that's why they have anger killers on it.
And all that being said, whoever complained about it, if it was their team, they wouldn't say a word.
And that's what the coach I think was saying. He was like, yo, if we wasn't back-to-back champions, would this even be noise? You know what I mean? Would people even be complaining or whatnot? And so,
If it was your team.
I don't even know if I got y'all answer. So Sam, I'm gonna just give it to me straight. Does this ruin this you for basketball or baseball, or does this excite you? Even though you're saying like, hey, like this doesn't guarantee them a championship, like how does this make you feel for the Dodgers to have a Super?
The reason, like I said, I'm for it and I'm against it. The reason I'm for it is because it puts the talent level to a point where, hey, all y'all other teams need to, stop bullshitting the fans and start spending their money. Like, that's the good about it. The bad about it, it might cause a lockout. And it is some sports that when you go away from them, it's hard to fight back. You know what I mean? That's what created the steroid era, a lockout. And the fans didn't want to come back. So they had to find a way to get the fans back, and steroid was the way. So, like I said, it's kind of hard for me to say. So I have to say it's good and it's bad because of the two reasons I just explained.
Yeah, and for me, I will be 100% honest, bro. I realistically can't be a LeBron advocate in the sense of like, LeBron. Well, I guess I could, because this ain't a LeBron advocacy thing. This ain't players deciding. Like, this is an organization that's just ripping off the check. So I mean, but I can't be mad. I can't be mad at anybody. But I still believe that in baseball, that team is beatable. That team is beatable, and someone will beat them. Like you look, even with all of this talent, the Brewers are silently the first team to 70 wins, right? And the Brewers started slow. Look at the Cubs. The Cubs just swept them, even after the big Scooble trade, even after all the big big acquisitions. Goddamn, I want to say accusations. Even after the big acquisitions that they had, they still got swept. They still are losing. Look at the Red Sox. The Red Sox are making so much noise right now. About 3 games out, the 3.5 to 6.5 games out of first place when they started the season in a terrible space. So there's a lot of teams that I think are catching a stride right now, and a lot of teams that are showing that pitching and clutch hitting is going to get it done. Right now, on paper, it says the Dodgers have all of that, but you still got to play the fucking games. You still got 9 innings.
Hey, but I'm going to tell you this to explain something about baseball, right? It's 162 games a season. In that season, players go through slumps, pitchers lose control, you go through injuries, just like any other sport. But baseball, it's kind of harder to come back from. And also, like you if you're a great pitcher, you probably can go 7 innings without nobody touching you. You got to be a really great pitcher. But then if you got great hitters, no matter how good a pitcher you are, eventually that batter going to get to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So baseball is a little different. You can buy all the hitting you want to. I can tell you many teams that had great hitters, but great pitching slowed them down. Then you had great pitching, that great hitting chased them out the game. And so it happens all the time. Like Cubs catch their stride, like they started pitching, but shut the Cubs down. Once they get to the bullpen, the Cubs come back and win the game. It's different stages of baseball. So I just wanted to leave you with that. Hopefully it helped you kind of understand some things.
It sounds like even though y'all on the fence, it don't really matter to y'all. You're not
for baseball.
Baseball. I mean, for me, like I said, the way I look at it is, again, not being a baseball, obviously, or fan like y'all are. Like,
just look at it from tell us about Katie and Golden State. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, like for that, like it was sour, and the only reason why is because they just beat Katie. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that made it made it sour. If they
Stop
never
being
just
mean to him. Oh, stop being mean to him.
I'm just being honest with you, bro. Like if they never beat him at that, and then like he joined, okay, different. But it's like, bro, like that was a bitch move. Like, damn, y'all beat me. Okay, I'm gonna join y'all, and then I'm gonna win. Like that will forever. And that's why I always say, and I stand by it. In my world, KD is a phenomenal player. He is a phenomenal player. But in my world, the way
He ain't a superstar.
He's not a Hall of Famer, bro. He ain't win one on his own. And he's not a Hall of Famer, bro. That's in my world, bro. Because, I promise. Because again, like the way I look at it is like, bro, I think I said this like, I don't know, episode 30 or something.
You have a right to your opinion, dog.
But like, bro, every team that he's had the ability to run on his own, he ain't never go nowhere. Like he always, there's always something that's happened. That's why I always
hey dog, to end that to all the fans out there, that David and Goliath thing, I understand where you're coming from, but I can give a huge example. I mean, 23 years, 4 championships, a super team don't mean nothing.
I would say, that I think it's like KD leading on his own that's not Hall of Fame like part of it, right? Because I mean, there's a lot of players that are in the Hall of Fame that like didn't win anything, and majority of the times they either had other great players around them or they did it on their own. And while they took teams places, like AI, for instance, like AI a Hall of Famer, right?
But again, like, but I mean, T-Mac a Hall of Famer. But again, it's just the way. It's just the way that it happened. Again, for me, for him to join, I would have rather him never join it. And again, this is kind of going back to you, Sam. Like how you feel about
take away. Take away his whole career because of that.
But it's how you feel about like the LeBron James and everything. Like I feel like if he would have never joined Golden State, right, to get those rings, then I'm like, okay, like I could kind of see him as such. But that move that he did was the weakest move for a player of his caliber. You know what I mean? I would have rather him go through his whole entire, and again, this is me. He's his grown man. I'm not a basketball player. I can't even.
Don't worry. I'm not like doing all that.
No, I'm just saying. It's just the thing is, it's like, I would have rather him go through his whole entire NBA basketball career, winning, Olympic medals, because he definitely helped the Olympic team last 2 years ago, last year, win that, like the Slim Reapers, what they call them, right? Like,
so he should have stayed at
OKC, Brooklyn, like wherever he went. If he would have never won a ring, cool. I would have placed him in the Hall of Fame for that, because he's still a baller. Like my man used to go out to New York and just ball just because he led a game. You know what I mean? Like you said, like you respect him on that. It's just that move for me, fam. Like he got carried by the babyface assassin more than anything. And the thing is because it would allow him to really play his game. And I was saying, you could really get deep into it, because he actually
you said a lot right there. You said a lot right there. And I agree with that. I agree with that, Wavy. I agree with that. He
probably had the best time of his life playing with Golden State, because that was true basketball. But I'm just saying, for me, like when you look at like Charles Barkley, never won a ring, Hall of Famer, right? Like again, T-Mac, never won a ring, Hall of Famer. Hell, Carmelo motherfucking Anthony, right? Like never won a ring. But again, I would kind of like his tail end of his career. It was like, bro, you was hopping on teams to try to win one. But again, it was never to the magnitude of what KD did. A team beat your ass, you jump on, and they won the chip. So going back to it real quick before we go on there, as far as the David and Goliath, for me, again, I like it as a sports fan, because again, you always get to see other teams play their heart out when they play that team, right? And that was the one thing when Golden State had KD, like, or when LeBron James went to the Lakers, like every night that they played, it was like a playoff game, because that team wanted to beat them. So you got to see the best of the best. So I like the David and Goliath. I like sports being able to build super teams like they do, to carry the narrative for the sports media to be able to talk about it, and it to live into the sports news. That's how.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
Wait. I got one more thing to say. I have to say this. Now,
Sam, I know what you're going to say, and that's why I want to talk. Because I know what you're going to fucking say, bro. There's no way that Octavius can be a LeBron fan if he feels that way about KD. But I'm going to show you why
that's not what I'm about.
The case.
That's not what I'm about to say, though. What I'm about to say is that he said KD was carried by the babyface assassin.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was the MVP of every single one of those. Sorry.
Wait. He wasn't carried by him. The reason he ended up with that MVP status, if you understand the game of basketball, Curry and Clay being on the court opened things up even more for KD to accomplish. That's what I mean by carry. That's what I said. I agree with you on, but he didn't really carry KD. He had those same things. He had those same looks because Durant and Clay was on the court. He had those same opportunities. Same
looks because Westbrook and Harden were on the court, Sam. You don't leave that team.
Hey, I'm talking about when he went to Golden State.
I know, but I'm saying,
but I will respect him more. I will respect KD more if he had stayed at OK.
Correct. But I also here's the difference that I think, and I want to make this point not only for LeBron, but I want to make it for KD as well. Okay. Because I could if KD went to Brooklyn, if KD went to Houston, if KD went to the Phoenix Suns, all of those.
He went to those. Well, no, if.
I know, Sam. I'm saying if he did all of that with his career, all of that, but skip the Golden State stuff, right? Like, yes, everyone would feel the same way. But in turn, and what I mean by why it's that, Kevin Durant is looked at the way he is only simply because he was on a young team that was great, that was good. He basically had Westbrook and Harden, Clay, Steph. I don't want to say 100% that they're 100% that way, but what I mean is that they could put the ball in the net, and they had a big three. He left that after losing and went to
another big three.
LeBron James, when LeBron James lost that final finals, when LeBron drugged that team, they added Shaq. They added Shaq to the roster and was like, LeBron, I know you want help. Here's Shaq.
Couldn't even run that, of course.
Here's Shaq, bro. Not even bro, this ain't the Shaq that you really, really, really. So LeBron James in his tenure never got the support from this is why I believe he owes Cleveland nothing, Sam. He never got the support from the organization. They never
getting off topic here.
No. I know. I just want to explain the KD thing because I still think KD is a Hall of Famer.
You're talking about LeBron right now. We talking about KD.
Because, Sam, LeBron gets all of the hate that KD deserves. LeBron left because the organization didn't support
KD get enough hate for himself.
Give him any help. They didn't give him any help. LeBron James was there and outlived his entire 7-year contract. LeBron never said, I want to be traded. He said, hey, I'm a free agent. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. The organization didn't give him any love, didn't give him any help. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, Kevin Durant got Westbrook drafted and then got James Harden drafted. They were drafting a squad for Kevin Durant, and then Kevin Durant left that. Sam, if LeBron James was getting drafted, Hardens and Westbrooks, and LeBron left, I would 100% feel what you're saying, Sam. I would 100% feel it. But think about Jordan, Sam. They drafted Scottie. They drafted these players. They brought in, lost Horace. What did they do? Well, let me bring another person in. They built it for Jordan. Cleveland didn't do that for LeBron. And also, yes, LeBron made it tough because LeBron was winning 66 games without any of that. So yes, it was hard, but LeBron didn't leave and abandon that organization like everybody loves to believe. Unlike KD abandoned an organization that was building for him. That's the only reason where I see a difference, and that's my only like real take of why LeBron to Miami was okay 100% for me, and why KD to Golden State is like, bruh, that's stacking.
Let me get in real quick. So, cause y'all said a whole bunch and I didn't get to really answer. So, for one, to go back into what I was saying about the carry again. KD is a very intelligent individual, and again, he got to see the spacing that Golden State was able to. That's how they played. They played with a whole bunch of spacing, and the ball moved. OKC wasn't like that. You had a lot of ball dominant people like James Harden and Westbrook, and that's what was frustrating to KD when he was playing with Westbrook. Westbrook was a talented point guard, but just too ball dominant, and it didn't move. And so when he went to Golden State, look, regardless of it, that's the best fun he had. But again, those two wings or those two all-star three-point shooters left the court wide open for him to get busy, for him to get off, for him potentially to win the MVP. I'm not going to say that was the only reason. Why? Because, again, KD's is thick. Now, I will say this. If KD went to Brooklyn with Kyrie and won a chip, okay, right? If he went to Phoenix with Devin Booker, won a chip, okay? I mean, he's in Houston right now, bruh, right? And, I mean, he's with a young team. Won a chip, okay? Right? Like, that's something. But, again, every team that he's been through, like, they ain't really done much. Or the teams actually went backwards. So, again, the biggest thing that, like, when you compare, like, the person that everybody compares KD to or they used to with LeBron James. And the biggest thing about LeBron James is the only difference about LeBron James is when he goes somewhere, he actually gets some hard work, at least the first or second year. And so, again, that's my narrative, bro. Again, KD's a baller. It's just if you look at his track record, wherever he's been, he don't get no hard work from it. And that's the biggest piece. So still the weakest move in basketball. I think everybody that's a basketball fan knows that. For him to join that, and I mean, look, he gotta live with it, but he's still KD. He do his thing, and whatnot. So yeah. Hey, yo, question though. 'Cause I was trying to pull this up. Who do y'all feel? Kind of like a free ball right now. Who do y'all feel was the most kind of superpower team that was like unfair to like the game? Like that one team where it was just like, bro, like that's just cheating. And it doesn't have to be basketball. It could be football, basketball, baseball. I know they all kind of different, but what one team comes to your mind that was just like, yo, that's just unfair?
No team.
No team that was just like unfair.
I ain't never seen a team like I could just say that's unfair.
The Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, nigga. That like,
I mean, if
Kevin Durant doesn't leave, they win 10 in a row, or they win however many they want.
No,
you have to.
He left after winning the championship with Golden State. No,
KD.
Yeah, he won and left, or they lost and he left.
Yes, they were winning and KD left. I think they the reason. So like they beat LeBron and Kyrie, and then they beat LeBron without Kyrie, and then I believe LeBron left, but who knocked them off? Nobody. There was nobody good enough to beat them. I don't.
The season.
Kevin, they were the Draymond Green stuff, the Draymond and KD stuff sparked up, I think. But I think KD didn't sign no long deal with them. I think he signed like 3 or 4 years. KD won 2, right?
Yeah, I guess I should go sport by sport. Cause I mean, when you think about basketball,
KD won 2. KD. Did the Spurs beat him?
No.
I don't think
KD was injured. KD was injured that I think the last year.
That's right, Sam. KD messed up his Achilles.
He tried to Achilles.
Or his ACL.
Then he came back the next season, then left. They didn't win.
Correct. Yeah, but he came back off an Achilles.
Yeah,
if he doesn't get hurt, Yeah. I forgot. Okay, he the Achilles, and then that's when. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, bro, like full blown Kevin Durant, like. I don't believe anybody beats them if KD and Draymond don't kind of get the little beef going right there. I think that team, they were adding pieces every year, like they were supposed to. Like they were adding key little pieces.
So
Like
those pieces still should be there, but those pieces is spread out through the NBA, and you don't hear about them no more.
there's a lot of pieces like that. There's a lot of pieces.
I mean, but when they was with Golden State, you heard about them with Curry on the floor. Now that they're gone, like Poole and a couple more players that's going away from Golden State, you don't hear
Correct,
about them no
Sam,
more.
because Sam,
They want nothing.
they are there for their role. They are role players. They leave and they're on teams where they have to be the primary scorer. That's not their game. That's not the game that they've been adapted to, right?
I get what you're saying. I totally understand that, but
that's like every piece. Because even when you think about Kevin Love, what was Kevin Love doing when he was in Minnesota? Kevin Love was the piece. Kevin Love was the piece. What was Kevin Love when he went to Cleveland?
He was a role player.
Yeah.
But he still gave you a double-double, you know.
Go polish the drums.
He still gave you a double-double.
Go polish the drums.
He gave you that Dennis Rodman. He gave you 10 and 10, regardless. At least.
Correct.
But he scored more than 10 though.
So the problem with LeBron doing it is because he went to Cleveland and then came back and did
wait. Don't denounce Kevin Love. Don't denounce him.
I'm not
and
denouncing
say he
him.
was nothing.
I'm just telling you
he was an all-star when he came. Period.
I'm not denouncing him, Sam. What I'm saying is when and coaches have come out and said this. They said the coach came out and said, "I'll never pick anybody up that played with LeBron." And he said, because LeBron makes them look so much better than they actually. I think it was Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers said, "Yeah,
So LeBron made Kevin Love look like Kevin Love. That what you're saying?
Has Kevin Love looked like Kevin Love since LeBron left him?
Did Kevin Love go back to play with LeBron James again?
No, LeBron came back to Cleveland, and Kevin Love was still there.
I know, but I'm asking.
Oh, yeah. What I'm saying to you, Kevin Love made his name before LeBron was on the court with him. So
yes, Kevin Love in Minnesota was a dominant scorer and rebounder. When he came to Cleveland, he wasn't a dominant scorer. He maintained the rebounds because that's what they needed.
I mean, he fell back. That don't take away from because it was plenty of times that Kevin Love hit key buckets, scored key buckets, put people in bad positions in every series that he was in. Every one of them.
Yeah. Ron Harper, Kerr, Horace Grant, they all did too because that's their role.
We're talking about Kevin Love. I'm not talking about Steve Kerr, all them other people. I ain't comparing Love to nobody. I'm talking about
their role,
Love.
Sam. That was his role.
Love.
Kevin Love couldn't take over a game when he was in Cleveland.
Touch.
That's it, right? You know that. So, look, here's what we do, all right? Here's what we do. I have a call a spade a spade. Fellas, I want to see how y'all feel about this, all right? Octavius, it's preseason.
It's a touchdown, baby. I don't give
They got to score them all now, Sam. They got to score them all now. But listen.
Hey, you're on mute, Sam.
I got to call a spade, fellas. My call a spade. Tony Allen, Jalen Rose, even Charles Barkley. When y'all speak, you have to remember that we are in an age where we have the internet. So we can fact check everything you say. Tony Allen, you believe you were a more superior defender than LeBron James. You believe that because LeBron James was the option and he was the prey, and that meant he never had to lock up. You also say he never matched up tip-off in the finals. First person was Kevin Durant or the main person. Video evidence has shown he's locked up and played on D Rose. He's locked up and played on KD. He's locked up and played on Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard. All of these people, there's video evidence of it, right? So like when you make these claims, we have video footage. LeBron is also a 5-time all defensive team versus Tony Allen's 3. Yes, Tony Allen, you were a primary defender. That was your primary job, which makes this feat even greater that LeBron was asked to carry teams, play defense, do all the different things, right? Jalen Rose, you ask, when did LeBron pass Tim Duncan? When did he pass Kobe? When did he pass all these people? Well, brother, he passed all those people because in 2014, 2015, after LeBron James gave Cleveland a championship, you literally made a top 5 list and you said, it's Michael Jordan, it's Bill Russell, it's Kareem, it's Magic Johnson, and it's LeBron James. Nowhere in your top 5 did you include Kobe, Duncan, or any of those people. And Charles Barkley, stacking teams, leaving, running, doing all of this. There's video evidence, Charles Barkley. You're sitting there about to leave the Suns, who, by the way, when you joined that Suns team, the Suns had been making it to the Western Conference Finals. You were the piece to kind of get them over the top and get them finals, but they had players that were capable of winning without you. You left, you went there. You left Phoenix, you said, I don't see myself going anywhere but with a team that's a contender. I don't see myself leaving and playing for anybody that can't win. Charles, I feel you, brother. I would have done the same thing. So then you go and link up with Scottie Pippen, the dream, in Houston. So call a spade, bruh. There's video evidence of y'all people doing this same shit. Stop hating. Just appreciate, or just talk about something else, or talk about something that has video evidence that supports the things that y'all saying. Call a spade. Stop hate.
Look, I'll say this. I'm gonna say it very simple. It's crazy that all these players that talk or hit on LeBron James, played with LeBron James, faced LeBron James, got beat by LeBron James, out the league, and LeBron James is still balling. Trips me out. And so again, I mean, look, every player is gonna have they say, and again, I think they all see that LeBron James, or they all respect that LeBron James is the standard, or is a goalpost, right? And so again, whenever LeBron James' name is brought up and it's something that they feel they're better at, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm better than him. And the only reason why I'm going to make this statement or say anything about it is because, again, you're comparing me to a great individual, a great basketball player that everybody in the world sees. So again, you can't ever knock how another man feels about his talent and him being compared to another great. But again, I say the easiest argument is he's still playing and you not. And he's still playing at an all-time high level and you not. So whatever you saying or thinking or feeling, maybe in that short amount of time, or not short, that time of when you were a defensive player or whatever the case is, was relevant. But still, at the end of the day, my man is still balling, doing his thing, and still playing defense at a very high level at the age of 40. So, I mean, to me, it's a whole bunch of hogwash, if you want to be honest with you. But Sam, what you got?
I respect Tony Allen. He's an NBA player. I never made it, but when you got LeBron James and you got Tony Allen, I'm like, who is Tony Allen? So, I mean, that's what I got to say about it. I know who he is. You know, I know him when he played for the Grizzlies, I think. But he's not that player that you're going to be like interested in an argument with him and LeBron. So I'm going to leave it at that. Like, who the hell is he?
I will say, like, in the grand scheme of it all, yes, Sam, who are you, like, in comparison, or like where you stack? But like, yeah, Tony Allen has some great defensive games. Tony Allen Tony Allen he played for Boston as well. He played for Memphis, but I don't. He's had some good defensive games. I don't think he's had. There is a claim though where LeBron, when LeBron was talking about losing that defensive player of the year to Mark, Tony Allen was talking about like his defensive efficiency that year and saying like if Mark didn't win that, Tony Allen believed he would have won it. And so there were some claims about that where you saw some people putting stats out there and putting things together. But I would say I think what's I would the thing to me that kills me is like I don't believe it was just chase down blocks, just because I did watch LeBron play a lot of defense on a lot of people and in clutch moments. Like there was a time where Tony Parker was scorching the team and LeBron stuck him, and like I saw a lot of these instances, and Tony Allen was probably the primary defender. Well, I'm saying, bro, I believe that's flexibility. I believe because there are also moments in the same game where you see him switch off and check Duncan, check Kawhi, different things. I don't believe Kawhi was as potent of a scorer as he was with the Spurs as he is now with the Clippers. I think he had flashes of it, but I don't believe there was a reason for LeBron to stick him the whole game, even though Kawhi was assigned to LeBron the whole game. Like I felt like there were other pieces moving, like Ginobili, Duncan, Tony Parker. Not to say Kawhi couldn't score, but look at the Clippers when LeBron played against the Clippers. You literally have video footage of LeBron checking Kawhi Leonard, going through a screen, the ball go to PG-13, and now he checking Paul George. The versatility is the thing that I think a lot of people just, they get amnesia, but when you've been in the league for 23 years, I believe that, you do cause people to get a certain case of amnesia. I think Kevin Durant catches a lot of strays. People forget Kevin Durant averaged over 30 points a game, even with Russell Westbrook and Harden in OKC before joining the Warriors. So like, I think Kevin Durant is still Hall of Famer just based off of like what Kevin Hart did, supersonic Kevin Durant, OKC Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a great player, bro. So, but that's y'all, nothing else, Sam. That's it. Who is Tony Allen?
I think it's a waste of time.
I mean,
okay.
That's not a real conversation.
No,
like,
facts.
To me.
I feel it. I'm not down to tear Tony Allen down, though. Like,
I'm
I think
not
Tony
neither,
Allen did have some defensive, but it's just to call LeBron is crazy.
But I'm gonna say this, and y'all know how I feel about LeBron, but you can't even talk to LeBron about LeBron if you ain't got no championship. Like, be quiet.
What do you think though about
He got
Jalen?
4.
What do you think about Jalen Rose though?
He ain't got no championship. I don't need to talk about
him targeting the analysts, right? And saying the analysts and media are just a bunch of LeBron stans. And like, it's no more NBA players calling the games or, giving the analysts and stuff like that.
Hey, what I'm gonna say to that though, to keep it 100, like I always leave my conversation with like I respect the person that's in NBA. I couldn't have made it. So therefore, only thing I can actually give is my opinion, right? And I even tell y'all, like, dude, I listen more to NBA player that been on the court with people than I would somebody that just looking at the game. You get what I'm saying? Cause everybody don't look at the game the same. Like I can, like an example, I can watch a football game and I be watching the trenches, right? A lot of people be talking about what this person did, that person. I'm like, I ain't see it because I was looking at the tackle who just jumped offside.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's different aspects that we look at, and I mean, people just. I agree with. If you ain't played the game on the level I played it on, and going all the way back to the Cam Newton thing when we talked about how people talking all that, and like dude was playing at the highest level when there was other people like he going to the championship, how you looked at him. Like that's the type of player he is. So for people to nag at him and talk stuff and never played the game of football, I feel the same way. Like, y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. So why should y'all be calling the game or talking about the game?
What
You
do
know,
you think though, as analysts though? Like, do you because
that's what I'm
it
saying.
sounds
Like, I
like
don't
what you're
agree.
saying. What you're saying is, I'd rather listen to the guy that played the game as the analyst. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't believe that. And that's a tough loss. I don't believe that.
He was
Was
You
it
gotta
was the
start
knee?
already.
it wasn't
Hey,
down. It wasn't down.
yeah, that was 3rd and goal with 2 seconds left in the game.
You gotta give the coach. I love the coach's
You
play
gotta,
call on that.
nigga,
That
it's
nigga,
a Hall of Fame game, bro.
that's what I
It
say.
don't
Like,
mean
yeah, we going.
nothing.
We ain't tying this. We go for
Hey,
it. We go.
hey, I love that. But damn, oh, hey man, I saw you kind of, I looked, I turned back to the game and I saw 2 seconds left,
Hey,
3rd and
hey,
goal, and I was like,
hey,
damn, oh, got
hey.
real quiet over there.
The most casual way a Cardinals will lose a game, bro.
Bro,
It never fails. But hey, look,
that's
the biggest
crazy.
thing about it though is I see some flashes. See some flashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
See
we
some
gonna
flashes.
get a Bam Knight and a Carson Beck to start and quarterback next episode, or is that
But
what
We'll
we gonna?
see. We'll see.
but
Go ahead, Sam.
I mean, I think with Jalen is like what I think from it, because I haven't heard it yet. But for what you said, I think he basically saying like these people ain't never played the game. They shouldn't even be talking about it. It shouldn't even be a
Yeah,
conversation with them. You
yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
the thing is,
Like that's honestly, they could just take me or you and say, "Hey, let's put them out there. They'll know much more than they
say
would."
Hey,
I
real
would say
quick,
this. Oh, I would.
because I want to ask him one question, but I'm gonna let you. But Sam, do you think though that that's just because they don't have a job right now? Like, because it looks like all of the people that are getting terminated are all the athletes that shows probably aren't producing at the rate that ESPN needs to pay their contracts. You know what I'm saying?
I understand all that, but what's the chick name that always
Jamel
bring?
Hill
No,
or
not Jamil Hill, but I mean, she looked like she played basketball before at some level. But what's her name? The light skinned chick, one that Giannis walked out on. The one brought up dude where he got drafted, bringing up a criminal record that he had nothing to do with. Like, what's her name? Eric? No.
you're not talking about the beautiful Rooks. You're not talking about Taylor Rooks, right?
No.
Hey, why he thinks about it, and why Sam thinks about it. This is what I'll say.
But this person,
To answer the question real quick. Hold on, to answer the question. Like, would I rather like to listen to an athlete speak about the analytics of the game or an analyst speak about the analytics? Yeah, like you always want to get an athlete that's been on court, on the field, or whatever case is, like their mindset of how they view it. But also, you always have to go back and look at it as like a journalist or an analyst. Like that's their job, that's their profession. So the way that they can actually articulate, speak, I can't use the word, speak about it, make you understand and digest it a little bit differently. That's their profession. And so even though, yeah, the athlete has a better understanding of it, maybe it's harder for him to get those thoughts or those ideas out in a way for us to gravitate us to listen to it. Whereas somebody that does it on a day-to-day basis, that's been studying it and practicing it, it comes off a little bit better where we actually enjoy listening to it. That's my take on it. It just being true for you.
most of that stuff is scripted anyway, though. Like they reading off a prompter in most cases, so
Yeah,
it's
but I mean,
not
they could be
real.
reading off a prompt, but it could be them reading off a prompt of either one that they've studied. Like you can't knock their profession of what they've been doing. You don't know that they probably did their homework, looked at it, and wrote all of that, and yeah, probably had a team help them, build a script or whatnot. But regardless of it, like they still had to go to games. Like they've
Hey,
been.
hey,
It's
hey,
not like they. It's not just they jumped. Well, hold on. It's not that they just jumped into the ESPN broadcast. Like you never know. They could have started back when they was in high school. you know what I mean, broadcasting games. And then from there on, then they got into the
started out
college.
on the
And so,
field, on the sideline, different things
like,
like
you
that.
just
Yeah,
never
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And so, like, they have a resume just as much as an athlete. But again, like, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that there are moments where it's better to listen to a sports commentator than to listen to
Okay, I can understand that too, but it's like this. You got this athlete and you got this commentator looking over a game, right? And 9 times out of 10, the commentator is going to reference what just happened to the athlete because they have no idea what the fuck that's going on, even though they've been around the game forever.
Yeah, but
You know,
you're talking about someone calling the game or someone
no.
talking about it after. You're
I'm
talking about
talking,
someone calling the game.
yeah, ain't that's what we
Like
talking about?
Tony, well, yeah, they got Tony Romo, they got Tom Brady, they got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they have.
Yeah,
We're,
but like
I
Sam, like
think
even
Jalen is talking about like people critiquing or talking about the after, like you know what I mean. He that's what he's talking about. I don't believe he's talking about people calling the basketball games. I think he's talking about that sports analysts that are giving their opinions after the game or after the fact or speaking on players from a professional standpoint. That's what I think he's talking about. That's
So
what
you so
Jalen is.
you so what you think he talking about? Like after the game, they ask dumbass questions.
I think he's talking about like Steve, like, well, he's talking about like like the herd, like, you know, maybe even probably Stephen A, like people that are talking about the game that don't know it, or he's talking about all of the basically he's saying they're LeBron James stands. So like he's talking about all the people that are boosting up LeBron.
Or he talking about like
Right.
you and
Like I don't think he's talking about Stephen A in this
so he
sense,
talking about
right?
like you and O.
But no, because we're not popular enough. But he's talking about like all of those people. Like but
Reggie
it's just
Miller.
I think that I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean,
Maybe
you
he
look
ain't
at
on
all these
LeBron. I
shows,
don't
a lot
know.
of these shows, man, they could be not placed in the best time spots or any of that, but like a lot of them don't outperform some of these other ones. And the people are speaking. Like a lot of people talk about this, bro. The people
They
are saying they'd rather watch Stephen A fucking talk about this shit than they'd watch somebody else. And in these instances, because those are the people that are getting the ratings. And
so
fuck,
did
bro,
you
Stephen A's show come on at fucking 7 a.m.
did you hear about the fans wanted Colin Coward fired?
Colin
Colin Coward.
Hurd
Colin
Why?
Coward. Or the
for
Hurt
what?
Colin Hurd, something like that.
Yeah,
It
the
said
Hurd.
fans are wanting him fired
I
for
like to
some reason.
believe he goes and talks both sides though, because I mean he's advocated for LeBron. He's talked down on LeBron. Like he kind of a little
He
both
was
ways. Aaron
mostly
Rodgers up, Aaron.
he was against LeBron. Then he became all for LeBron. Then he became like in between with LeBron. So you never know with him.
Well, I just believe like if you look at like for me, Sam, and I tell everybody this, like 1987, bro. Like I was born in 87. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was born in 87. If I had a GOAT, like outside of LeBron, my GOAT would be Kobe. Like, and what I mean is like, when I look in this bubble of like what all of y'all believe, and if you were to say Michael because he didn't leave his team, Michael because he won, championships, Michael because he was a great scorer, Michael because like all of these things, like I can literally say Kobe. And again, you will say it's the clone of it, right? It's the clone of it. It's all this, that, and the third. But like my GOAT to me, like what I got to watch the most of was Kobe. Like that's what I sat down and was like, damn, bro could hoop. Bro played defense. Bro got some tenacity. Bro is like, when you look at a winner, like Kobe was the person that you were like, bro, he exemplifies all of that. Even the way he speaks about it. I loved Kobe's detail, like his little detail segment he had where he broke down players' game and like all of those things. So like me getting to see all of that, Sam, like if it wasn't LeBron, like it would be Kobe. But that's not even saying like, bro, it's not Jordan. Yes, I saw 90s Jordan, But yeah, I was a kid that wasn't really paying attention to it like everybody else. Like I was still a kid. My dad gave me a Jordan highlight tape. Yeah, I saw a lot of Jordan highlights. Like I would understand if I was a Jordan fan. But kids that grew up in fucking LeBron era and like the end of Kobe era or what, bro, like it blows my fucking mind how y'all can even fix y'all mouth to say Michael Jordan over everything that they get to see right now in today's game, because you didn't even get to get a glimpse of that guy. The only thing you literally get to see is only highlights. Right now, when it's a shit campaign on LeBron, they show a lot of low lights and it makes you believe like, oh my God. But they won't show you a lot of the Jordan lowlights because Jordan is now being celebrated because he's out the game, which I believe they will celebrate LeBron when he leaves and they'll stop talking about all the lowlights.
Look, check it
But
out.
Kobe would be
Check it
my
out.
guy.
Check it out, though. All that being said, I respect how you break down things, but you don't catch people like me that consider Jordan a GOAT really trying to say, I need to break this person down to make this person look better. That's the difference. I'm not breaking LeBron down to make Mike look better. I break LeBron down because of what LeBron did and how he's trying, how most people, I ain't gonna even say him, how other people are comparing him to somebody else that they don't even play the same game. They're not even in the same era. LeBron needs to be compared to people that was in his era. See, Mike was compared to people, and Mike would say where he got most of his game from eras before him. Mike would say, I can't say that I'm the GOAT. I can't say that because it's disrespectful to people before me. Because each generation gonna have their GOATs, like you said. But I'm not Rich Paul. I'm not nobody else saying, hey, he's the GOAT because that guy couldn't do this. I'm not saying that. I know LeBron. I know things about LeBron that different players say. Okay, LeBron good at this. LeBron good at this. LeBron ain't good at that though, but he can do all these other things. But what? Like, okay, that's what y'all saying. I see one of the best athletes I ever seen in my life that could do a number of things, but I will never say he's the GOAT. If it come down to rings, I can't say Mike's the GOAT if it broke down to rings. Now, if it break down to what I've seen and what I know most people that's in the NBA right now today is inspired by was Mike, was Shaq, was Curry. It's a lot of different people, but my era, everything that leads up to today was because of Mike, period. LeBron, to me, is a well-balanced, stronger, more athletic Magic Johnson. That's who he is to me. So to me, like, why y'all comparing him to a shooting guard? Like, he's a forward or higher, even though he could stick the other two. The other person that was LeBron level to me was Scotty. Scotty could do a little bit more to me. LeBron just a better passer than Scotty was, but Scotty could do a little bit more to me. But I ain't comparing the two. I'm just saying if I would compare, that's who LeBron would be compared to. It wouldn't be Mike. That's a shooting guard. That regardless of when they start winning or not, regardless of how the team was built, like Mike was who Mike was day one when he walked in the league. He gonna give you 28 to 30 on whoever try to stick him, whatever the case may be. He gonna play the passing lanes. He gonna have steals. He gonna rebound. He gonna have He gonna have the energy. He's not taking a play off. That just was him. And players on the court with him say, we don't know how he maintained this level of I'm going to go get you and kill you throughout all games, even when it was bum teams to the great teams. It's like, we got to plan around him. We got to stop him. We can't. Like, period. There's no player I've seen that, like, the world feel that, like, I know this guy taking the last shot. We can't stop him. Like, we going to send 3-4 people at him. We can't stop him. We need to stop everybody else. to give ourselves a chance. Because we not going to stop him. We can beat him up. We can body slam. We can clothesline. We can elbow. We can bust Scotty head. We can clothesline this guy. We can make this guy look like a little trick. But when it's all said and done, Mike gonna stand up. Mike gonna say, I want the ball. Mike gonna say, I'm gonna close this game out. Give me the ball. The world know it. People, Chinese people know it. Like, he getting it in their language. And watch, ain't nobody gonna stop him. Now, did he miss several shots to end the game? Hell yeah, he did. But most of it, when it really mattered most, if we lose that, it's on me. If we win it, it's on me. Period. That was Mike. And that's what I see. I haven't seen that on a consistent level from nobody but Kobe. And he still didn't even win as much as Mike did. He came close.
Yeah,
ain't nobody stop me. This energy right here. I got a half broke arm. I got a broke leg. Kobe.
Torn Achilles.
Kobe on the court. Broke. Couldn't even shoot with his right hand. He had to shoot with his left. Stood there. Like, I don't see players today doing those things. And it's just a different game. And it's not as physical. And y'all still not doing it. So, I mean, that's the difference to me. But who is Tony Allen?
You started speaking of LeBron James in a good way, Sam. You know what I mean?
No, stop. Yo, listen, all of that out the way.
Cardinals
one thing
suck
I will
again.
Say, one thing I will say is Cardinals' first L of many this season. It looks like.
Hey, you take a loss or a lesson. It's a lesson. I looked at our schedule though, I was like, God, bro, we can't.
Dog, we getting that up. We getting that on the shirt.
We
getting that on the shirt, yeah. We getting that on the shirt. We getting that on the shirt.
Believe us, Octavius. We seen your schedule as well, brother. We know.
Hey, somebody came online and said that, dog. They like Cardinals going 0-17.
Bro, and then they read off the schedule. Well, they gave them a win against the Jets, which I don't think they gonna beat the Jets.
Man.
No,
but seriously, wait.
I think you're gonna get 3 wins. I think you're gonna get 3 wins.
What I just said tonight. Yeah, we took an L. I mean, in the most Cardinals fashion way that we took an L's all last year at the very end. I love what Carolina Panthers coach did. He went for the throw. He didn't go for a field goal. Respect that. But the only reason why I'm saying it's a promising season is because we got a young coach, and the coach was ballsy. Some of the plays that he called were like young ballsy, like ahead of time coaching. You know what I mean? It's not that old school coaching. I do like the quarterback play. He has a cannon. He was actually throwing it. So again, I think it was a good game. I think it was a good first game. There's a lot of new pieces that's going to be put in. And so again, I still think we got a good chance, man. We got a lot of good things on the team. Yo, first game. It's preseason.
I feel that, bro.
But because the thing is this, the last preseason, I think we went 4-1. So we came out thinking we was going to do something. Good. The first game. Preseason. I mean, we'll take the L.
Exactly. And bro, it is preseason, bro. And that's really just been my only thing is that it's preseason. I don't think you get too high or too low. I think it's preseason and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just
not though is there's no defense, bro. I mean, 33 points. Damn, there's just no defense on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. Yeah, you could say that.
But I mean, it's the first game, and I'm just being honest. There's so many new pieces on the Cardinals roster. They're just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So again, it's preseason. We'll see what it looks like as we get. I think when did they actually start putting first stringers in? Is it later? Is it later in the preseason? Or
it depends, bro. Normally the last game. Sometimes it's the last game. Sometimes it's the second to last game. There's only 3 preseason games now. I mean, we're literally we're damn near a month and 3 days away from football, bro. A month and 3 days away. September 9th. September 9th, a Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We got to remember that. A Wednesday. Football is back on a Wednesday.
Are we gonna go live on that Wednesday? Or are we gonna go live Thursday still?
No, we're still gonna go Thursday, but we're going to have our picks and our choices and like everything done the previous episode. It'll be the weekend before each episode. We'll have, everything mapped out and picked for the weekly pick.
You should find a way to like put like a screen and like have our tallies for like the whole year and everything. You know what I mean? That'd be dope.
You really want people to be able to see that?
Instead of reading it off, like let's show the people what it really is. Hey, the first season, look, it is right.
Yeah, we're gonna do a weekly pick and we're gonna do a weekly suicide. So the suicide, just what team you pick for the week, and once you pick a team, you can't pick them again. So basically, you gonna go through and there's gonna be some tough games. There's gonna be some good games. There's gonna be some. You gonna have to make that determination. What we doing? Make that determination, and then we moving. So suicide. You pick the team. We could pick the same team. It don't matter, but we'll have a spreadsheet. You pick the team. If that team wins, you keep going. If the team loses, you out. You done for the rest of the season. If you keep muting yourself, Sam.
So you pick a team every week.
A new team.
A different team every week.
Correct. And you can't pick the same team twice.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
Yes. It's suicide pool. Pick a team. Can't pick them twice. Every week, you pick a new team. Gotta be careful. Gotta be cautious. Now, there will always be a team that you can pick because, there's 32 teams and only, 18 weeks. So there'll be a team, but don't catch yourself up where you pick them easy teams and then now the last team you got to play or you got to pick is in a tough situation, a divisional game, any of that stuff. So, I guess you probably could just pick every team that play the Cardinals and separate it out, At that point, you'd only need 4 different teams at that point because they got the division games they play twice or 3. But, so football is back. Football is a month away. Football is back. Football's a month away. Hall of Fame game happened tonight. Cardinals took a tough L. Carolina Panthers with 2 seconds left. Go for it on 3rd and goal. QB sneak up the middle to end the game. What was it? 33-30. 33-30. Yeah, 33-30. They were down 27-30. Carolina was. Carolina went for it instead of electing for the game tying field goal. But also shout out to everybody that made it to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Everybody made it to the Hall of Fame. Amazing job. Great job. That's what it's all about. You play this game to get that recognition and get that gold jacket. And a lot of people, man, there's some solid Hall of Famers this time around. And I do like, what do you fellas think? Like, I love that they do the old school class, like the people that didn't get it first ballot, second ballot, third ballot, but like they have a designated spot for the legends. How y'all feel about that little piece of it where, here's these people, but man, you got to show love and give a spot for the legends.
So wait, I don't get it. Like you saying that it's like Hall of Fame legends. Is that what you're saying or what?
So like, they don't just keep it going like, all right, Eli is in this, Donovan McNabb is in this, like blah, blah, blah. Like there are certain legends of the game, like people that have been retired more than, let's say, 10 years or so, whatever it is, but just legends of the game, whether it be legend Hall of Fame coaches that never made it or legendary NFL players that never made it. Like they have a dedicated section where they pick one of them and they get added.
I think that's dope because, again, regardless of it, like, even though you don't get voted in as a Hall of Fame, like, they still did pave their way into the league. Like, they're still a household name. You know what I mean? That people remember and would want to see. So and I think the Legends is actually pretty dope. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I didn't know they did that this year.
They do it every year. It's a designated piece of everything, but they did do it this
I
year.
think it's cool.
You got this Hall of Fame class: quarterback Drew Brees, running back Roger Craig, wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald,
Yes.
linebacker Luke Kuechly, and
Jeez.
kicker Adam Vinatieri.
Damn.
It's a
Yo,
solid class right there.
Kiki, he's to play.
Who I
He's
pick
playing
first out of that?
helmet to pad.
What?
with.
Who do I pick first out of that?
I don't understand. Who do you pick first?
Yeah. I mean, they went, but I'm saying who would I to pick first? Who you to pick first on that list?
Pick first as
Drew
far as what?
Brees.
Like out of the Hall
Going
of
to the
Fame?
hall. Going to the hall.
I'd have picked Drew Brees. The
I'm going-
reason I say Drew Brees is an undersized quarterback that when you first looked at Drew Brees and thought about Drew Brees' career, you didn't think Drew Brees was gonna be Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees, like, is self-made. Like he got it out the mud. Larry is a level of consistent that I don't think you've seen, but I think you've seen wide receivers like Larry. Like, you know what I mean? And which you've even seen quarterbacks like Drew Brees, but I think, bro, Drew Brees, undersized at quarterback, bro, made a lot of things happen. Not even the strongest arm in the game, and was still able, to make some big throws and clutch moments. And hey, my man got him a chip, like he got him a chip. I would take Drew Brees on the defensive end. I mean, realistically, it's only one defender, but bro, if there were multiple defenders on here, depending on who the defender is, bro, I'd have took Luke Kuechly, bro. Like, I think Luke Kuechly had a solid fucking career, bro.
It was putting
But,
hits on
but what's
that.
that five you said though? You said Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, who else?
Drew
Larry
Brees,
Fitzgerald.
Luke Kuechly, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig.
I would have to go with if I had to put somebody in out of those five, I think Craig would have been waited long enough. I would have to push him in.
Well, yeah, that's why Craig is in.
Right. I'm just saying, out of the five you said, like which one you'd have did first? Like out of that five, I'd have pushed Craig in.
Yeah, no. So, like, one thing about the Legends, which I think is dope, I love the entry there, but like at the same time, bro, like you didn't overshadow your peers enough to jump up in here like this. Well, no. I'm saying from when you look at when you was gonna get put up in there, you didn't overshadow your peers enough. Like, bro, I think Drew, because like
Drew,
a lot of people are
Drew
saying,
will overshadow Craig, but I'm saying out of all these years, I mean, it's been some people, Craig, that went in. Craig did like, come on, dude, you got to put Craig in there now. You know what I mean? Compared to these other cats, but like out of that group, what I'm saying today, I would say Craig waited long enough. I don't care who on the board.
yeah, I just think like you even think about Eli not getting in again.
Yeah.
This I don't think it's crazy. But when you look at like Drew Brees, even though Drew Brees got the one chip against Eli's two, I just don't think in this game that means enough to me to put Eli over Drew Brees.
I won't put Eli over Drew neither.
I think it's who Eli. I would put Eli over Drew Brees. Drew Brees had a better season, but I mean, so at the end of the day, like Eli, I mean, bro, he beat.
But I got a question. I got a question for your opinion. You say Eli. Do Eli get to where he at without that great defense? Bowling.
No, but I mean, still, like at the end, I mean, again, I mean, you can't say that. You can't say that. A lot of defenses have carried some quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And again, he got two.
And some defense carried Brady, but my thing was, would Eli from even his own stats and what you know about watching him, do he make it without that defensive line? I'm a limited to the defensive line. Do he get those two rings without that defensive line? Because it's some people that have got to the Super Bowl just off offense alone. But
Still had to throw touchdowns though.
I mean, so you saying he do good without him?
No, I mean, you can slice and dice his resume all you want, but man, still got
I said for what you saying. I ain't sliced nothing, brother. I said for what
all
you
I'm
saying.
saying that he beat Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Got two.
he beat Tom Brady twice.
Like, give me Hall of Fame, bro.
I go Brees, more with less.
I would say Drew Brees. I mean, think about it this way, Drew Brees was in that head-to-head with Peyton Manning.
Who did Brees beat for the Super Bowl? My bad. I forgot.
Peyton Manning in the Indianapolis Colts.
With Freeney.
And he dominated them. Whereas I think 21-17 was one of the games, and then 17-14, I think, were the two Super Bowl games between the Patriots and Giants. So I mean,
the helmet catch,
and I think,
the miss,
dude,
the
I think one
mishap.
year, I would say in 1 year, I think the New England Patriots took in like the second worst defense to one of the Super Bowls. They took in the second worst defense and lost to Eli. And then 1 year, I think they were like a top 5 defense. So Eli got to get his just due credit. But I think, when you look at
the Giants went as a wild card, and their defense went crazy.
They went in as a wild card and ran through everybody on the road. Yeah, ran through everybody on the road. I know they ran through Green Bay on the road. I wasn't happy about that game. But yeah, I would have taken Drew Brees. It's all right. Oh, what does it sound like to say? If a movie coming out and Drew Brees is starring in it, or Eli, man, who you going to watch?
Neither. You can't even really use that. It's just more of, again, like you had somebody beat Michael Jordan twice, right? And then you had somebody beat, like, I don't know, KD once. Who had a better defeat? Again, I think a lot of people just look at it as because it's Eli. He didn't have the best season.
The New England Patriots defense ain't Michael Jordan.
I'll word it differently. I would say, if the game on the line, who hands you put it in? Eli's or Drew?
He gets so disrespected. He got 2 Super Bowl rings.
I don't think he's getting disrespected.
How?
Hey,
like,
who you putting the hands in?
What you mean?
Game on it. You down 3. You down 3. Minute 30 left. You got Drew Brees and you got Eli, and you say, I want one of them to go out there and get this win. Who you picking?
Based off of stats alone, Eli.
All right, let me give you those, okay? Because you're saying based off of stats, I'm gonna give you those, okay?
But I'm going based off the stats of
you
him
just
doing
based
it in
off
like a high level, in a high level game, Super Bowl game. He did it.
No, I want to give you the stats though, because remember, the Hall of Fame is about the totality of career. It's not just about winning 2 Super Bowls.
I get that.
But Drew Brees played 287 games, Eli 236. Drew Brees, 80,358 passing yards. Eli Manning, 57,023 passing yards. Drew Brees, 571 total touchdowns. Eli Manning, 366 total touchdowns. Drew Brees, 243 interceptions. Eli Manning, 244. Completion percentage, Drew Brees, 67%. Eli, 60%. Passer rating overall, 98% for Drew Brees, 84% for Eli. Career record, 172 wins versus 115 losses for Drew Brees. 118 wins, 118 losses for Eli Manning. 2 Super Bowl rings for Eli, 1 Super Bowl for Drew Brees.
What was the year?
Super Bowl MVPs, Eli, obviously 2, Drew Brees 1. Pro Bowls, Drew Brees 13, Eli Manning 4. All pro selections, Drew Brees 5, Eli Manning 0.
What was it? What was the years of each? How long did each one play?
287 games versus 236.
Tyrone, check it out.
There was no mic.
You ain't do it, dog. You ain't do it.
there was no mic drop with that. Like
Hey,
you make
hey,
it seem like wait, hold on. You make it seem like there was like a massive
he had the
difference.
better career. It was damn near the same amount of games, and it was like 4,000 less yards, and it was like 100 less interceptions, and it was like 200 more touchdowns, and the completion rate was like better, like 30%, I think. So
No, 30%. It was 97 to 80 something.
so
Not
20,
30%.
20?
That's not even 20. That's
It's 17. It's 17, but hell,
It's
you round up.
It's 23,000 less yards. Sam,
23,000?
23,000 less
And just
yards.
2 years, right?
Drew Brees played 51 more games and threw one less interception.
And
Passer rating.
Hey. So it's a reason.
So it is about championship. Octavius, you have to stop doing this, bro, because you keep breaking your own arguments down.
Saying that you guys are what I said at the very beginning is who he beat. If it was just 2 regular Super Bowls and he didn't beat the GOAT twice, okay. But I mean, at the end of the day, everybody looks at Tom Brady as the fucking GOAT, bro. And my man got 2
Right,
off.
but Tom Brady don't play defense. That's the only that's really the only problem.
Look, y'all got y'all opinions. I got mine. Like,
hey, nobody get frustrated. Hey, nobody get frustrated when you forget when you don't agree with my opinion.
I just feel that way. I truly do feel because he's Peyton's little brother. He always got that little brother treat. You know what I mean? The Giants ain't never been the same since Eli's left, and he's been getting treated as if like he didn't even do anything. I think it's kind of bad. So again, I mean, my man got 2 chips, beat a GOAT. I think he deserves to get into the Hall of Fame off of that.
Not this year. I'm just playing. But I mean, you have a right to your opinion. I mean, I don't get frustrated when you don't agree with me.
I don't believe you have the right to your opinion. No, I'm just joking. Look, you just said based off of stats. That's the only reason why I'm like, wait, what? Based on the stats, that's not even close. And the playoff stats are like even crazier. But record-wise, you know,
he played a lot more games.
They never played head-to-head in the playoffs, by the way.
So what you have to do, like I say, everything. What you got to do is compare the seasons. Like if Eli played more seasons, you got to cut it off at that point. So since Brees had more games, you have to back it up to where Eli stopped at, and that's the stats you compare to each other. You don't compare the entire stat.
Hey, well, at the end of the day, we gonna find out. Shit, we gonna find out. Yo, how the hell I got this shit muted? We gonna find out what happens with Tom Brady. If Tom Brady don't get in, then we could just cancel this whole entire argument. You know what I mean?
What you mean Tom Brady ain't gonna get in?
Bro, there's no way Tom Brady.
As soon as he get on the ballot, he gonna be in. They gonna give him his jacket before the ballot even come up.
But they didn't do it to Bill Belichick though. Remember, that's what we were talking about.
The Hall of Fame, yeah, but Bill Belichick is, I feel like, a coach. I think it's a little different than like a player.
The day Belichick go on the ballot, he getting in. So
he didn't though, Sam.
I'm saying the day he go on it, he getting in.
But we had a conversation.
You're talking about Belichick or you're talking about Brady?
I'm talking about Belichick.
No, so Belichick didn't get in, and then I came in. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I said, and they even said all sports today. It was a big
so many years before he could get on it anyway.
If Belichick didn't get in,
he was on the ballot, Sam.
They're like, if Belichick didn't get in, if Brady doesn't get in, remember we talked about it. We talked about it, and you guys were like, I don't think Brady's gonna get in because of Belichick. And I was like, yo, if that happens, the whole world is gonna go up. Yes, we did. We talked about it.
No, we did. I didn't say Brady's not getting in. Brady is a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no fucking.
Maybe we're saying like Belichick should have just got it off of just.
I think I said that Brady should go in first because he left and won without Belichick. I think I said that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but regardless of it, Belichick didn't get it. You know what I mean? And that shit made uproar. You know what I mean? And so we had a conversation about it. And I really remember if Tom Brady doesn't get in, bro, like the whole entire shit, like just cancel the whole shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, they can have reasons for it. Like They
Nah,
could talk about
but and again, that's what we
Deflategate. They
brought up.
could
Like
talk
the
about
play,
Spygate. They could talk
yeah,
about
exactly. That's why they were saying that. That's the reason why Belichick didn't get the same thing. So again, it's like
but
what we really doing?
but Brady later after he left said that he had nothing to do with none of it, and he took the blame for it because he got suspended and everything, and that was one of the reasons why he wanted to go win alone. So, but still, him being the GOAT is what he accomplished in New England. Tampa Bay was just cherry on top.
We'll see. Tampa Bay was just for him to showcase, like, yo, I am that dude, bro. Like, for what y'all talking about. We'll see.
No,
Yeah,
I think he was the face of
I
the
think
league, and they wanted him to be the first one to win at home and all that
correct.
stuff. That's what I think it was.
I think Tom Brady gets in because of the Buccaneers. Now, I think he would have gotten in even because of the Patriots. I truly believe that no matter what else, Spygate, Deflategate, all of the gates,
Winning
it don't
gate.
matter a gate. Terrell Owens is a Hall of Famer. And we know the circus he caused. I don't believe that the league skips out on Brady. I can't see it. And so if y'all could see, I can't, and I believe y'all agree with me. I don't think
see
we
it
could
happening.
see
I don't see it
Tom
happening.
Brady not making it. But Belichick is not a Hall of Famer.
But if like O said, if he don't go in on his first ballot, I think I mean people going crazy ain't gonna mean a damn thing, first of all. But I think I would be like, you know what? I don't know what a Hall of Famer is.
A Hall,
I don't
yeah.
think I don't.
You're
I'm
right.
saying if he don't go in first ballot, I don't know what a Hall of Famer is.
Yeah, you got to start
when it
looking
come to
at
football,
every coach's resume.
yeah, when it come to football,
Period.
cause I don't know what a Hall of Famer is in baseball now, so I don't even care. Cause
Well, that's what they were all saying based off of the Belichick guy getting in. Like they were just a lot of them were just like, yo, what are we judging? It's mainly people not wanting him to get in because of all the spy gates and the flake gates or whatnot. But based off of his resume, like as a coach, he deserves to get in.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that go off what he was saying about. I think I can put this in the same perspective with Jalen Rose. Like most people that's voting never played the game of football.
Yeah, I think they were bringing that up.
Yeah.
That's the problem I got.
It's all personal. It's all personal.
Yeah.
Personal.
Like you got to
what-
take your emotions out. What matters what you do on the field, the court. You know what I mean? Your outside life, outside of baseball, football, or basketball, that's my personal life. If I'm messing up over there, I'm messing up over there. Let
Yeah.
that handle it. When I'm on the court, I'm giving you 100. That's the only thing that matters. When I'm on the field, I'm giving you 100, and I'm bringing wins to this city. That's what I'm getting paid for. I ain't getting paid to back to Charles Barkley. I ain't being paid to be your goddamn look up to guy, mentor. I ain't paid to do that. I ain't paid to be your mentor. I'm paid to put the ball in the basket, catch football, throw a baseball. All that other stuff.
Can I give y'all some crazy shit?
What's that?
First ballot Hall of Fame coaches. And in NFL history, only 5 head coaches have ever been elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame on their very first ballot of eligibility.
One of them was a Green Bay Packer, huh?
Well, come on, bro. The trophy is named after him, bro. Come on now. That's Title Town, bro. What do you mean?
Oh,
of
yeah,
course
whatever.
Curly got in there. But listen, you got Curly Lambeau, right?
Lombardi.
Obviously. You got Curly Lambeau. You got Tom Landry.
Bear.
Right? Tom Landry. You got Chuck Noll. So
Niner.
no. All the Steelers.
No.
The Steelers Super Bowls.
Okay.
Don Shula.
Miami.
NFL's all-time
72-0.
winningest head coach and the only
Undefeated.
team to ever go undefeated, with the exception of Tom Brady and the boys. But again, only
It was
10
an
years
extra
ago.
game, so.
Yeah. But and then George Halas. So
Bear.
the Chicago Bears. Those are the 5 coaches to
First ballot.
ever go first ballot. And I mean, longtime historic leader of the Dallas Cowboys, Tom Landry. I think we kind of know his accomplishments. Curly Lambeau, George Hollis, but like Chuck Noll, right? 4 Super Bowls for Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, Don Shula, the winningest coach. I mean, I think that with it, I think they're trying to keep the allure of the first ballot coach Hall of Fame thing by not inducting Belichick. But it's hard for me when I look across and I look at what he meant to the New England Patriots, not only the New England Patriots, but the NFL. And what I consider a lot of people skimp out on, Tom Brady's development. That can't be understated. That can't be underclassed. None of it. Tom Brady's development. Now, mind you, a lot of this is, probably Tom Brady himself, a lot of it, but I mean, you came in after Drew Bledsoe got hurt and you took over. But when we look at those Michigan draft pick photos, combine photos, all of those things, and then you look at the player he turned into be, I think like some of that gotta speak to the development, the moving pieces, the different things like that Bill Belichick would have potentially, been a part of. And so obviously Brady leaving and winning, Brady has a lot to say about that, obviously. But I don't know, man. I think they wanted to keep the allure of the first ballot coaches. But damn, man, if Bill Belichick ain't a Hall of Fame coach, bro, he's definitely a Hall of Fame coach, and I think he definitely will be. I just don't think, obviously, now. So, go Packers, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Who's Tony Allen?
No, I'm just joking. Huh? Who is Tony Allen? Hey, Lombardi, man. Hey, Sam Lombardi, you know what I mean? I don't know. We don't think Lombardi should have been on there. That's what I'm saying, man. Vince Lombardi wasn't on there. Like, I mean, I think when you look at it, they probably are like, they're trying to keep that as a like esteemed class, I think. But the Lombardi trophy, bro, like, I mean,
I'm still thinking about that shirt, man. Also a lesson.
It's a hell of
a lesson. You might not like it. Lost a lesson. So look, we'll close out. But look, fellas, we got weekly pick'em. Weekly pick'em is quickly going to make its way back. We probably 3 to 4 weeks out from our first weekly pick'em. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekly pick'em will be posted. Y'all can follow along. You can comment every week we post. And remember, every Wednesday, there will be a You Might Not Like It episode. And every week, we will have our weekly pick'em submitted before the Thursday night football games. So everything will be listed. Everything will be documented. We're running a suicide pool. And then any co-host that we have on the show, if they beat us in the weekly pick'em that week, the celebrity weekly pick'em, if they beat us, they will be gifted something from the You Might Not Like It podcast crew. We're still considering a few things that we could give them, but, You Might Not Like It merch might be at the top of that list. Custom You Might Not Like It shirt, you beat the crew, something like that. Or, you know what, Sam? We could give them losses or lessons. How you gonna take them L's? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's gonna be it, man. We'll leave it here. I think we had a good hot topic. We had a good call a spade a spade. Some NFL here and there. We'll start ramping up the NFL talk. The more we get close to the season, the more we get in season. Obviously, we have Bears, Packers. We got Cardinals, Rams, Cardinals, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, bro. You goddamn. The Cardinals got a rough one, but Jahmyr Gibbs got paid. Jonathan Taylor got paid. Gibbs and Taylor, the 2 running backs everybody been wondering, they both got paid. A day apart, I think, too. I think you got one yesterday and then you got one today. So they got paid a day apart. So it looked like somebody was waiting for the other to fold. Oh, no. Bijan Robinson still got to get his bread. So Atlanta might be.
No. Bijan is already the highest paid running back ever to play the game.
Bijan got paid.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the
Bijan got paid
highest running
first,
back
and then
ever.
Jameer got paid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bijan got paid. Okay. I saw the Jonathan Taylor news, but okay. I was wondering, and Bijan did get paid. God damn. They went and jumped out the window, huh?
Out the window.
I mean, shit, how much money they get Kurt? They gave Cousins all the bread. They had to wait till some of that money fell off the book, huh?
Sure.
Hey,
Highest paid running back ever. Third season?
I mean, Sam, it's 3-year extension worth $75 million, $51 million guaranteed. I mean, I think Gibbs is pretty close.
You pretty close?
Yeah.
I mean,
dog, Gibbs, a 3-year deal worth up to $75.75 million.
So he got higher than Bijan.
Guarantee money 51.5.
So same.
It's similar deals, but I think I feel like you had
was
to.
first.
I think Bijan went first. It was funny because I've been watching people talk about it, and it was like whoever gets signed first, the second guy is going to be the highest. So they were like, these teams should be trying to make the decision now. Like, these teams should be like, bro, I want to get my guy paid first so that you don't have to beat that running back contract. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But they kept it pretty similar. But I think Jameer Gibbs, yeah.
Hey, running backs ain't been getting paid neither.
Bro, 3 years, $75 million. That's why you see a 3-year. That's why you see 3
haven't been getting
instead
paid.
Of 5. No, I know. And I'm saying that's why you see 3 years, though. Mm-hmm. 3 years, 75 is crazy.
Yeah, that's good money.
Last thing before we dip out. Fans, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the You Might Not Like It podcast group. My nephew, Bo, and his football team, they got a fundraiser going on. I'm going to post a pic for this video, but we got a fundraiser cracking. 31 days of August, right? They're raising some money for the team for the upcoming season. Pick a day, pay the amount. The dollar amount grows with the day. So August 1st, August 2nd, August 3rd, it's $1, $2, $3. So 4th is 4, 5th is 5th, right? Whatever. A few dates, the 14th, the 16th, the 24th, and the 25th have already been taken and paid. But show some support. I will post this so that everyone has the Cash App link there. But support the young man on his 31 days of August fundraiser, Mr. Bo Reed, number 5. Quarterback. But yeah, support the young man. Again, I'll drop that so everybody can see it. Drop the link with the Cash App if you want to. Again, $1. Day 1 is $1. Day 2 is $2. The 31st day, $31. So pick a day, donate the amount. Any donations will be great. Appreciate it. But thank you very much. I don't believe you can Cash App food stamps, Sam. So it does not. But fellas,
hey, they gonna need some snacks when they go out to that game. You know, some drink, Gatorade, food stamps.
Fellas, it's been another beautiful day. But Sam, that's what the fundraiser for, to get all of that, bruh.
I know that. Just
you might not like the podcast. Check us out. Wavy, Sam. We out.
I was happy because I knew that was a good one. Like we always do it this time. Shit, every time. Yeah. Sometimes this crown they get heavy. I was broker than levies, only needed some leverage. 501 on my Levi's, Jordan 3s for my tennies. My affiliates decide where I land. Papua New Guinea, so I watch them close. Make sure they get that I've been through plenty. I ain't got the time for Voldemort to no Niginis. I'm in that Lambo, no Guinea. I'm Curry, they double teaming. The family, they intervening. They do for no reason, and you just gave them a reason. I really hope that you thinking the past tense of what you thought. Mama said if it ain't none of your business, don't get involved. And I love my mama, so it's like loyalty to a fault. I was showing love, look what they got me, how much it cost. But see, I can't complain, dealt with the pain, lesson was taught. But I seen better days, ducked a few strays that others caught. See, they weren't meant for me, God said he ain't sent for me. And you can give them whatever you want, just not your energy. I focused on my energy and came up with a recipe to make them rest in pieces. Who would've thought I'd get you? I'm Daniel Caesar. Difference when it come to my art, I'm Mona Lisa, get into the green, just like them things that love pizza from the underground. Used to be walking up down Central, now I run the town. Ain't no prediction on how I'm coming. Got 100 sounds. No, I said I ain't want recognition, but I want it now. If you wasn't born and raised in the city, please tone it down. We ain't never had a cosign, and we don't need it now. We ain't want the game to let us in. We gon' break it down. Remember, I wanted the love before, but you gon' hate me now. No, I said I ain't want recognition, but I want it now. Yeah. I think I just had to let y'all know how I was really feeling. You know? It's every day.